Okay, now we're talking a phone gimbal with a wireless remote that has live feed monitoring. So cool. All right, here we go. We're gonna use this hand gesture to activate the AI tracking. Look at that. Serve from here. And then to stop tracking, put your hand up like that. Woohoo! Now controlling the gimbal with the wireless remote is super easy. I got this joystick over here. If I want to tilt up, tilt down, if I want to pan left and right. It's super easy, right? You can also zoom in if you want to. So I'm gonna press the plus button. It's gonna zoom in. I'm gonna zoom out. So cool. But this time, let's go portrait mode, baby. Woo-wee! Look at that, portrait mode. Portrait mode. Woo, nailed it. That was cool. Let's talk about the Hohem iSteady V3 Ultra. So good. So there are phone gimbals everywhere, right? And they're kind of the same. They all do the same thing. They help stabilize your footage, but it's really the innovative features that make certain gimbals stand out. And what Hohem did with the iSteady V3 Ultra by featuring a wireless remote with live feed monitoring, like, this is such a game changer. Check this out. So the AI tracking on the remote is super easy to use. All you have to do is double tap on the thing that you want to track. So for example, me, I'm just gonna double tap on there. Now you'll see a green box around my face. Now the gimbal is tracking me. And then to stop, just double tap again. And now the tracking has stopped. Now this video is sponsored by Hohem because I've been meaning to make more content about how to film better videos with your smartphone. I mean, let's face it, camera gear, mirrorless cameras nowadays are just getting so expensive. And with social media content, it makes way more sense just to use your phone. And for me, I'm always on the lookout for cool and crazy gear that'll help you tell your stories. And the fact that Hohem made this wireless remote with live feed monitoring, like, I wanted to check it out and show you guys. So I'm gonna give you an overview of the gimbal, I'll show you how it works, and then you can decide whether or not the Hohem iSteady V3 Ultra is the right phone gimbal for you. Okay, let's pick up some balls. Oh, a little 360 action here. That's cool. So this is what the gimbal looks like folded down. And as you can see, it's nice, small, slim, compact, and small enough to slip it into pretty much any camera bag or even your camera sling bag. And then to start using it, just open up the arm just like so. And then you could put your phone where the phone clamp is, but I like taking out the tracking module or the little module over here. This is also the fill light. We'll talk about that later. But there are two buttons on the side. If you push that down, that will release that little module. Put it off to the side, and then simply just attach your phone, slide the arms open, and boom. And then from here you can put the module back on, and you can do it this way or the other way depending on which camera you want to use. And then from there you can open up the tripod feet. Here we go, flip that open, and now set it on your table. And then there's a power button on the side. You press and hold, and that will essentially turn on the gimbal. There you go. Okay, so now we're gonna use the iSteady V3 Ultra in real time with my iPhone 16 Pro and the 0.5x camera. I'm also using the Hohem mic, pretty cool mic that they have, so that you can hear the audio as I walk through the shot. Now, this is a cool little location, and what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna do this tilting reveal shot, one of my favorite shots to do when I used to shoot weddings, but I'm gonna tilt up on the trees, I'm gonna walk at the same time, and then I'm gonna tilt down. It's just kind of a nice little shot to use, very cinematic, and something that we can definitely do with the Ultra V3, and definitely something that we can do on this gimbal. All right, here we go. So let's walk, nice and steady. Okay, that's a cool shot. In fact, let's roll with that. That's cool. Ooh, that's pretty. Look at that. All right, let's backtrack it. And I want to do that tilting up reveal shot. So we'll walk backwards. Actually, this is a cool reverse shot as well. All right, let's go tilt up. And I like doing this. And then I slowly tilt down. Keep everything symmetrical. And then I'm going to slowly pivot to the left to reveal the church. Look at that. And that's the start of your wedding video. Not too shabby. So those gimbal moves were pretty easy to do because they were slow and steady, but this time I'm gonna run to see how well the stabilization really is with the iSteady V3 Ultra. Hey buddy, you wanna run for me? All right, here we go. Just run as fast as you can around the corner, all right? I'm gonna try to keep up. So you're gonna be ahead of me, and then we're gonna run. 3, 2, 1, go. Go around. Oh man, okay, all right, okay. That looked pretty steady. My knees aren't steady though. Oh man, they hurt. Now by default, it's set to portrait mode, but on the screen, you can actually tap the orientation button and that'll change it to landscape. Also by default, the gimbal mode is set to pan, tilt, follow, meaning that the gimbal can go in pretty much in any direction, but you can also set the gimbal to be in pan follow mode, meaning that the gimbal will only pan left and right. It won't accidentally tilt up, or you can do POV mode, which means you can do this rotating action. I don't like that mode. I never use that mode, but you can if you want to. And there's also lock mode, which kind of locks the axes so that your shot will always stay the same no matter if you move the gimbal or not. But for me, I usually set it to pan, tilt, follow because that's the gimbal mode I use the most. We'll talk more about this little menu screen because it's pretty awesome. But going to the front of the gimbal, you have your trigger button, and pushing it multiple times will activate certain functions. If you press it once, that'll activate the AI tracking mode, and then press it again to deactivate it. And all the tracking is done in this module over here, and that gives you the live feed on the monitor to see what the gimbal is tracking. And what's cool is that the V3 Ultra can track humans, animals, and even objects. So that's pretty cool. Going back to the trigger, if you double press it, that'll recenter the gimbal. Press the trigger 3 times and that'll activate selfie mode. So you could film yourself. Press it again 3 times so that the gimbal will go back to the normal position. And if you long press it, that's going to go into all lock mode. Again, this locks all the gimbals so that your shot stays the same no matter if you move the gimbal or not. And then the last function is that if you press the trigger once and then hold it, that will activate Spark mode, meaning that the gimbal will react faster if you're filming a quick scene like a soccer game. And then moving on to the side of the gimbal is this wheel, and that's gonna activate the light right over here. So if I press and hold it, that will turn on the light. Boom! And then if I scroll the wheel down, that will lower the brightness. Same thing if I scroll the wheel up, that will increase the brightness. Oh, well, that's a pretty bright light. If I press the control wheel twice, that's gonna allow me to change the color temperature of the light, which is pretty cool. So this is warm, this one is neutral, and this one is cool. And then to turn it off, just press and hold the control wheel, and that will turn off the light. Now in the module is where all the AI tracking magic happens, and you can use hand gestures to control the gimbal. So if I want the gimbal to track me, I just use this hand gesture, and now the gimbal is tracking me. And if you want to stop the tracking, just hold up your hand just like that, and now it's stopped. You can also change the composition of your shot too, like if you want to be more off to the side, just do this hand gesture, move to the spot you want to be on, put this hand gesture again, and then activate the AI tracking, and now the gimbal is tracking you with that customized composition. So cool. And then to go back into the center, hold up the hand gesture again, go back to the center, and then now you are back in the center. Another cool hand gesture is to change it from landscape to portrait mode, and you can do that by doing this hand gesture. There you go. And if you want to return, and if you want to go back from portrait to landscape, just do this. And now we're back in landscape. And then the last hand gesture is to activate the shutter button on your phone, and that's to start and stop recording video and to take a photo. It's probably gonna stop recording, but the hand gesture is this. This is the one feature that makes the Hohem iSteady V3 Ultra stand out above all other gimbals, because having a live feed monitor is so helpful when you are filming content by yourself. And let's face it, if you are filming social media content, chances are you will be using your phone, and you want to use the rear cameras because those are the better cameras, and having a monitor to see your composition or even to control the gimbal is such a game changer. It's so helpful, and that's why I think the V3 Ultra stands out above all other phone gimbals out there. And I love the swiping design too. Like if you swipe across the screen, that will open up different menus. Like if you go all the way to the left, that will be your live feed monitor. And if you swipe more to the left, here you can actually change the phone gimbal's orientation, the gimbal mode, you can zoom in, zoom out, and then change other functions like the speed of the joystick, the light control, and other cool features like capturing a time lapse or a panorama. And like I said, most of those features can be found in other phone gimbals, but the fact that I have this over here, I can control it wirelessly. It's just, it's so cool. And then to put it back into the phone gimbal is pretty easy. Just slip it in just like that, easy. And then if you're done using the gimbal, just press and hold the power button on the side. That's gonna power it off. And then simply just take out your phone, and you want to position the phone mount where the tracking module is away from the arm, and then rotate the arm so that the phone adapter is facing the trigger button, and then simply just fold it down. And then pack up the tripod feet just like that, and there you go. Now you can pack it away. And of course, to charge the gimbal, just use the USB-C port off to the side. Now the cool thing about this module is that you don't have to use it. In fact, there's an on and off switch off to the side. And so if you just want to use the gimbal as a normal gimbal, you totally can and not use the module at all. But if you want to use the AI tracking features or the fill light, you just gotta simply turn it on with the switch off to the side. Now, who do I think this gimbal is for? Well, really for anybody, but specifically for the person that primarily films content on their phone, but wants to make their life a lot easier. And the way that's done is by using a wireless remote with a live video feed. Like, if there's one reason to get this gimbal, it's because of this thing. Like, this is so cool. Like, for me, when I'm filming all by myself and I need to have shots of me using my other camera gear, it's kind of nice to frame up my shot and also look at the monitor to see that my composition is right. And the fact that I can control the gimbal by using the joystick or the other features within the menu, like as a content creator, that makes life so much easier. I love this thing. I love it so much. It's so cool. And if you want to check out the Hohem iSteady V3 Ultra, then the links will be down in the description down below. This is kind of like putting the Infinity Stones in Thanos' gauntlet.